I assume that you watched Beauty and the Beast.
The live action one? No.
It doesn't
Or
matter.
the cartoon.
I think I saw the cartoon one when I was a kid.
If you had to pick a character to be on that movie, what character would you be?
There was like a like a candle.
The candlestick.
Lumiere.
I remember the candle.
The great Jerry Orbach.
Yeah, Lumiere.
What did the
right?
candle do? I just remember.
Sexually harass the duster.
Everyone.
That's hilarious.
Ooh, can I be the duster?
No, you took mine.
Welcome to the Love, Hate, Laugh Show.
I hate this goddamn name. It's dumb, but I couldn't think of a better one, so I was just like, you know what? Use the fucking name that you like. This is a show. It's a great show. It's about what we love.
It's probably like one of the best shows of all time.
Greatest podcast. A lot of people saying it. Everyone who listens loves it.
To the top
A
5.
lot of loves, no hates.
Top 5.2% of podcasts.
Top 5.2. Think about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
94.8 suck. We don't.
I think you should wear this.
It's a little too close to home.
That's really good.
Listen to the
I
laughs.
feel like it
We
looks
hit all
better.
three.
It's more my style to wear it.
You look like, what's his name? Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
You kind of look a little like that guy from Canada that jumped the snowmobile and was like, I sent it too fucking hard there, bud.
Or also that guy, the D. Antwood, that.
Oh
Oh,
my
the
God.
Antwoord, that guy that
Yeah.
harasses people.
Yeah, you
Wait,
look
he
like.
harasses people?
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a bad guy.
What's his name?
God,
Ninja.
Ninja, yeah.
Ninja. Okay,
Which should have been like problem
actually,
one.
I need to pull up a picture of Ninja.
Yeah.
He's a weird looking fella.
Man,
It shouldn't have been
So
a
is
big
the
surprise
girl.
that he's a
Totally
problem.
listening to that the other day.
What, the Antwoord?
I think you're freaky. And
Oh, that's
like
I
you
couldn't
a
remember.
lot.
I think you're freaky. Yeah, it's a great song.
Sexy boys.
Yeah, look at him.
Bad boys.
Like imagine running
Also,
into
no,
that
I
guy.
have her hair.
Yeah, you have her hair.
You do
Oh,
have
that's
her
true.
hair, yeah.
But
Oh,
like,
it is her
imagine
hair.
it running into Ninja on the streets of Portland. You'd be
I
like,
mean,
I am crossing
There it
the
is.
street.
Yep, that's
We saw
you.
3 of him on the way here.
Yeah, which is awesome. Should we just officially? I mean, let's
Probably
start.
we're already in
We're
it.
already in it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Love, Hate, Laugh Show, where we talk about something we love, something we hate, and we have some laughs along the way. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Before you continue, please like, subscribe, follow us on social. We're just about everywhere, including recently Threads. So if you're on that, please
For some reason.
tell me what to do there, because I have no idea. But
I just copied my tweets over.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so it's just like Control V, Control C, Control V.
I already
That's
yelled
what that
about
is.
this.
What are
on the
tweets
show.
going to be called now that Twitter's got an X
Well,
instead
no,
of
that
a
you saw the
bird?
whole thing. It's like not.
I
Like,
think
Oh,
people,
he bailed on that?
no, he
no,
didn't. Oh.
he's getting sued.
But people are saying
He's getting
skeets.
sued.
Yeah, because Microsoft owns the rights to X
To the letter X for Xbox.
because of
Oh.
Xbox,
Oh.
Yeah.
and so he's gonna get. And
Well,
then
that's funny.
for in a social media capacity, Facebook also owns the rights to just the letter X.
Wow.
And so he's going to be held up in court on that. He's so
he is the most impulsive.
How does Malcolm feel about this?
He's in the middle.
oh my god.
Ping pong.
Also, question: who is Malcolm?
We're saying Malcolm
we're
X.
done.
Rap
oh,
baby.
got it.
Wait,
Got
who?
it. I didn't. I was like, what?
I was the one in the. Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
We
just,
should-
let's
yeah.
put a pin in this. So I'm producer Paul, and these are your hosts.
Yeah, I'm Bjorn RG. You can follow me on Instagram. Actually, all social platforms. Bjorn RG Comedy.
I am Eliza Butler. You can follow me at Eliza Isn't Funny on most social platforms except for TikTok, which is eliza.isn't.funny because some bitch stole my name.
That bitch. And I'm Nick Scalzone. And you can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedy.
I mean,
Dude.
technically on Instagram.
Dude, I put your social handle on the description of one of the last episodes, which required me to go to your Instagram, and the last post was like not even the last episode of our old podcast.
It was like some random thing that you were like, made
That
me a
Paul,
collaborator
I
on.
think made you a collaborator on a clip like 5 months ago. I was like, yep.
probably 5 to 10. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I can start collabing with you again if you'd like.
I mean, it would be the most likely way for me to ever post
All right,
anything
done.
again.
Okay,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, it's letting someone else
Help
do the
us
work.
grow Nick's
Yeah.
Instagram. How many,
I
do you
can't
have
stand
right now?
social media.
How many followers?
Oh yeah.
On Instagram, I think actually quite a few.
Quite.
What?
Like all the Portland comics.
Okay,
and
so
then
like 300-400.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's not quite okay.
Hey,
Okay.
for me,
Help
that's quite
for
help.
you,
For
but-
no
Get-
effort
That's
and
true.
no interest, that's like more than I need.
Nick, can you say your handle really slow for our listeners at home
Spell
so they
it.
can
Spell
follow
it
you
slow.
right now?
Yeah.
Nick Scalzone Comedy.
Nick Scalzone. Okay, everybody.
Calzone
It's-
with an S in the front.
It's like a calzone that belongs to Nick. There you go.
Mm.
Nick's
Oh.
calzone
Oh my God.
comedy.
That's
Oh,
that's class. Then that's why you should follow him, folks.
Yeah,
Right.
for
For
zingers like that.
man.
Which I will never post on there. So really,
No.
you're just
It's just for us.
you're just pumping my number up so Eliza makes fun of it a little less.
There we go.
I wasn't making fun of it. I was just.
Should we get those little boxes? that
Oh,
go
with
above
counters
you?
above our
The
head?
Counters?
Yeah. I would love that.
Let's do that.
Oh, for all our followers.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
share our
and
count.
the
We're gonna
joke
share our
is
body
mine
count.
just stays the same
It's
forever.
Mine would just keep
Yeah.
going up and up.
You guys will just keep increasing, and I just like leave enough so that mine's just 69 or
if we
something
did-
stupid
if we
like
did
that.
live streams, I would do something like that. That would be cool.
Do you
I
guys
think
want
we
live
should
streams?
No, you know what we
Audience?
should start doing is once we start getting a lot of followers, we should start selling the bricks on the wall.
Oh my God!
Where
Yes.
like someone
we'll put
can
your
buy your name or do your
Like, my
sticker
sticker's
or
here,
something,
Which
and just
you
we
absolutely
Sharpie
can't
it
see.
on there.
There's a sticker here that is my merch. You
Mm.
can't see it at all. That's really funny to me.
Also, it's the color
It
of the brick
blends in,
almost.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm
You should have
noticing-
thought about that.
I should have thought ahead.
Jeez.
I know.
Way
I'm
to
also
go.
noticing we haven't all been in the same room for 2 weeks, and we're very excited to talk to each other.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
noticing it.
Oh,
It's
it
good.
has been. It
Yeah.
has been because
Hatfield sat in.
yeah, Hatfield
Yeah,
was
Hatfield
here.
took my place last time.
Yeah.
Did you guys abuse him? Like we
Barely.
abused Fuck you. We're starting
Those
with
of you
this.
that didn't know, you could go back and we have a very large stuffed bear
Yeah.
that we use for when the whole crew isn't here. So
Right, and his name is Hatfield, and he
Oh my
wears Bjorn's underwear.
he's wearing only a jockstrap.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it is a jock
I actually do have a jersey we could put on.
No, like we gotta let him live. He's got a lot of fur.
Yeah,
It's
just
hot in
let-
here.
It is.
Yeah.
Not since I got the air conditioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is already like we shut it off before we started recording, and it's already like degrees hotter in here.
Yeah, well, it's because we're all so hot.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It is.
Body
Especially
heat.
Paul. in
Oh, now
the-
who's making fun, Nicholas?
Body heat. Speaking of hot,
Yeah.
I think we've got some hot topics to cover.
Ooh. Yeah, we should probably jump straight into the first one.
Just
So-
real quick, I just looked it up. I have 304
Yep.
followers.
So did I.
Woo!
So I'm a little.
looked him
I'm
up, or-
closer to 420 than I am to 69, but I think
a good place
69
to
is
be.
more achievable for me.
Yeah.
As far
Yeah.
as a follower count.
So can we get to 369 in the next week? That's the
Yeah,
challenge.
follow Nick.
Yeah,
Follow
we
Nick.
could get to 369. That could be
Nick's
kind of fun.
Calzone comedy.
369. Damn you fine. It's a rap song.
It's a rap song. You might have heard of it.
Rap. All right, Bjorn.
Yes.
Do you have something that
I
you
do.
want to talk about?
I do. I have a love, and I'm excited about it because I went and did this. I loved the Barbie movie. Oh my God. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Like, I was like, I had definitely put my expectations on the floor when we went in, and I was just like, and Paul insisted that we dress up, and we have recreated our outfits that we wore.
Yeah.
Actually, I wore a different polo, but it was pretty much the same.
I honestly
you
thought
get
it was
the
same
idea.
One. Yeah, I thought it was the same.
I was just already wearing this today, and I was like, it works. It has pink flamingos on it. I definitely could have worn this.
Yeah.
And it works with the shoes and everything. That's pretty hilarious. But yeah, we went as golf Kens.
Golf pins.
So we had golf clubs. We decided not to bring the golf clubs into the theater.
That's probably
a good
idea.
call. Yeah.
Because we looked for like children's golf clubs. Here's a picture of
Yeah.
us.
But it would have been easier
Um,
than being NRA Kens. I guess.
Yeah,
Oh.
right.
Ooh.
There's a
Nick, can we
picture.
borrow guns?
Why didn't you ask me? I have a pink one.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
She does. She has a better Barbie
It's
gun.
that pink. It's that color pink.
So here's our picture.
It's so cute.
What you all have seen.
It does
Yes.
look like the same shirt, honestly.
It is a very similar shirt.
Yeah. I love how committed y'all are to the bit. You shaved your beards.
Yeah, that was the big part. Is we shaved
Yeah.
our beards.
We taped our nipples.
Oh, but you do that every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's
yeah,
like not special.
Best part of this was we also saw Oppenheimer dressed this way.
Did you keep the wigs on?
for the first 5 minutes until we
Paul
got
was, like,
death stared by
immediately-
the crowd.
I mean, it did its work. No, they didn't. We got the death stares as like we were walking in and people were just like they could not have rolled their eyes harder.
Have they not heard
at
about
us.
the Barbenheimer phenomenon?
Yeah.
So many people were doing that.
Well, like our friend, she wore like a cute dress and had this like cute purse, and like everyone else was like wearing pink, and everybody was like fine with that. And then they see us rolling and they're like,
Wow.
nope.
So much for tolerant Portland.
Everyone hates Ken,
No.
and that's
Were they all dressed period specific for Oppenheimer?
No,
Maybe
they were
that
not.
was the thing. Maybe they
Their
were
faces
like
were melting from
men.
radiation.
Yeah.
God.
I grew up in New Mexico. I know.
I just always remember, like, I went to when the live action Beauty and the Beast movie came out. I went there. I went to the theater not to see that, but I was seeing something else. And there was this little girl wearing the cutest Bella dress, just full on the dress that has like the huge thing on it. It's
like
just,
the
this
birdcage
little-
under it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it like a
And
a
I was just
cylinder
like,
or a
oh
triangle.
my God. I really, really wanted, because I was like, oh my God, Bucket as Beast would be so cute
Oh
with that.
my God.
Little
Well, and Janet now could be Belle.
We could even give her a little dress.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're dressing our dogs as Beauty and the Beast. And then you can be Gaston.
Oh, I was gonna say that closet, the wardrobe.
You could be the teapot.
I
I'll
feel
be
like
the
that's
teapot.
more on brand for me. Honestly,
I'll be the teapot.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Yes, yes.
Like the cunty, like woo.
Diva, the diva wardrobe.
Diva wardrobe. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What,
But,
Nick? Wait. I want to dive into this a little bit more. Nick, I assume that you watched Beauty and the Beast
The live action one, no.
It doesn't
or
matter.
the cartoon.
I think I saw the cartoon one when I was a kid.
If you had to pick a character to be on that movie, what character would you be?
There was like a like a candle.
The candlestick.
Oh, Lumiere.
I remember the
Jerry,
candle.
the great Jerry Orbach.
Yeah, Lumiere.
What did the
right?
candle do? I just remember.
Sexually harass the duster.
Everyone.
That's hilarious.
Ooh, can I be the duster? Eliza's like, I'm
Wait,
gonna be
was the
duster.
candle problematic? Was that a
No,
bad
I-
choice?
No, I think
I
no.
literally
They were just
haven't seen
flirting.
It was
this.
It was mutual.
Yeah.
It was
I think I
mutual.
saw this movie like in the 90s
Yeah.
when nothing was problematic.
I mean,
Yeah.
No,
yeah. No issues.
It's
no
fine.
issues.
No, it's
Yeah.
just a joke.
But Eliza, what would you? What
I'm probably the lady who bitches about the eggs. So if I can't be the duster, I'm the lady who's like,
There
you
you go.
took all the eggs.
Yeah. Oh. You're
Wait.
in the town.
in this town. I don't remember that, but I do remember at one point doing the math on the eggs because there's like he eats like 12 dozen eggs a day.
That's so
or
many
something.
eggs.
The Beast
And
does?
He's got
No,
Gaston
Gaston in
yeah.
his song.
His cholesterol must be through the roof.
And he says he just eats that many eggs. And if you were to do the math on that, like a chicken can yield about a half an egg a day or something like that. So just to,
on average.
So he
that's
needs
like high
24
yield.
dozen
He needs 24
like
dozen
high producing
chickens in this tiny French village.
Yeah.
It would be nothing but chickens.
That's why I bitched
for
about
this
the eggs.
one guy.
That's why I'm like, their eggs are so
And is
expensive.
he
Or
a-
whatever she
Where the
said.
fuck are all the eggs?
Exactly.
He's like this.
What
he's
is
like
he? What's the significance
he's
of
like-
the guy? What's he do?
He's the villain.
he's the
Yeah.
villain. He's
He's
kind
like
of,
the big butch, like beefy dude
Okay.
who's trying to like still Belle away.
Mm.
And he has a little sidekick.
Does he like lift
Who's
a lot?
definitely in love
so
with
is this,
him.
Yeah, the little
Is
Yeah.
this like a little bit
yeah,
of
he's like a
Le Fou.
broy.
Oh,
like,
okay. So it's
Yeah.
a little
muscle
bit
guy.
like Rocky, where he like has to drink all
Yes.
those
Yeah,
eggs
yeah.
for the gains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many
Look up
calories
a
is that,
picture
Paul?
of
How
him.
many calories are in an egg?
Oh, and then
And
I
then
think
let's-
it's 12 dozen is
Yeah,
what
That's
is in the song.
144.
So
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
get the
first look at a
calculator up
picture
real
of
quick.
gas.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Nick can
so
get
Nick can-
Gaston.
Nick's doing the math.
Imaging.
Or
So
engineer.
that's a good image. Just
Yeah.
and he's
That guy.
very
And
self.
he's vain. Yeah.
he's very vain.
Very vain.
See, like he's like making fun of her reading, and she's mad because she loves to read more than anything.
And he's making fun of her reading.
Yeah, and then he has this.
Shouldn't use her lady brain.
He has this
Oh,
like
yeah, that always is a problem.
he has this little sidekick guy that's definitely in love with him.
LaFeu.
LaFeu.
The-
Yeah.
yeah.
The little
There we go.
the little
Oh,
guy.
that
The
little
little
teeny
gay
guy?
guy. The little gay guy.
Yeah, and there was like a big deal because they definitely made him gay in the
in the live action.
in the live action. Like they were like, "Yep, this is a gay character because gays love Disney," and they're definitely playing to their base.
Like, why couldn't?
And people got pissed.
Yeah, like why would make him the gay one? Like
There also was
that's
a
so-
gay, I think
make
the candlestick or
gay.
something. Yeah, the candlestick and the.
The duster.
this is-
They made the duster a lady.
Have a lavender marriage.
Oh
So,
my god.
in 144 eggs at 78 calories a crack, we have 11,232 calories.
Gains, bro.
Oh my god.
So
I
yeah,
think-
that's like the calorie intake of like Michael Phelps during the Olympics.
Yeah. Or like those
or like
guys,
the month leading up to it
Yeah.
or some shit.
those guys on TikTok that only eat like carnivore. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
I'm eating all these eggs and this like deer liver.
I
and you're
I
like,
want.
"Ugh."
I
Yeah,
just
so
want to
it's like-
comment. Be like, have fun with the gout, you guys. Because I don't even eat that much meat, and I got gout.
Exactly. It's coming for you.
It's
yeah,
coming.
I just feel like if you're on carnivore, it's like your last month on Earth, isn't it? Like
I don't know, man.
I like meat, but you need other
I
food.
know. I
Yeah, that's
can't.
like
Don't
a
you
quick
need other
path to
food?
colon cancer. Yeah, you need
Yeah,
fiber.
I think you need
What-
other
You need
food.
vitamins.
What you got, Paul?
what if what if like you know how like vegans and vegetarians have created meat like products
Yes.
out of vegetables?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if carnivores made vegetable like products out of meat so they can stay moral to their goals in food consumption?
The opposite of a vegan.
They just like
These
die.
are bacon. This is bacon kale.
They've just got like ground chicken.
Bacon kale salad.
This is chicken nugget cauliflower.
Yeah, pressed into molds. It's like nuggets, but they're molds of like a carrot and a broccoli, and then they're like food coloring dyed, and there's just like, this is a chicken broccoli.
Oh my
beef,
god.
beef broccoli.
I mean, it's a commitment
Just like
to the craft.
ground beef. And
See,
just,
I
like,
would
press it
respect
into
them
the-
if they did
Gross.
that, right?
I wouldn't.
No.
No, I'm on Team Eliza.
Or
on
like
this one.
chicken.
I would
what is
respect
it?
them even
Chicken
less.
fried steak. Is that?
Oh, yes.
What's is that like in steak? It's like
It's
double.
like-
it's two
it's-
meats, right?
No. No.
It's beef,
It's cube steak.
cube steak.
I know because
Well, why is it called chicken fried?
'Cause it's
let me
fried.
explain. And I can explain this because that was my birthday meal every year. My mom would make chicken fried steak. So you take cube steak and which is like it's been run through a machine so it's like a little tenderized and then you just bread it like you would fried chicken. So like milk and egg and then like flour.
But there's no chicken in it.
No,
Why is
because
there chicken in the title? That's stupid.
I'm going to blow your
It's-
mind when I tell you about chicken fried chicken.
Chicken fried chicken.
Yeah.
Is that fried in chicken fat?
No
Is there
schmaltz.
such thing as chicken fat?
It's called
There's
schmaltz.
duck fat.
Yes, it's called schmaltz.
You
Schmaltz.
you hire a chicken cook to fry it.
Wait, there's
So-
a word for chicken fat?
Schmaltz. It's like a Yiddish word.
Holy
schmaltz.
shit!
Oh.
Like it
Learned
goes,
something
you know,
new.
like matzo ball soup.
Mm.
Schmaltz.
Did not know that.
Mm.
Yeah, but so it's like you bread it and flour like with spices and then egg and milk and then back to the flour. So it's
Okay.
like double breaded, and that's what makes it
Okay.
chicken fried steak. I am an
Ooh.
expert.
It's called. I think it's
A little
called chicken
DB
fried
action.
right because it's the same method one would use to fry
Yes.
chicken.
Yes.
Mm.
So it is steak
Chicken-
fried,
It should be called
A la
steak.
chicken.
A la
steak
chicken.
fried
a la
like
a la
fried
mode
chicken.
with ice cream on top of it.
They probably have that in Texas.
Yeah, Bjorn. A more accurate title would be steak that is fried the way fried chicken is
Okay,
fried.
okay.
But that's a mouthful, so they went
Yeah.
with
They
chicken
just
fried.
shortened it. Okay. I just am finding this out because I legitimately was like, oh, I thought it was like, I thought it was chicken that had been like dried. Like I thought the breading was chicken.
No, but you can
I
use
legitimately thought, I don't know.
you
I
can
just
use
sounds
pork
pretty
rinds for
good.
breading.
I thought it was like dusted chicken, like
No.
chicken that had been dried out
But
and
it does not taste.
turned into
have
dust,
you had
and
it?
then put. Yeah, I have.
So it doesn't taste like chicken
don't
at
know
all.
why I thought
No,
chicken was
the next time my
involved.
mom comes to town, I'm gonna have her make chicken fried steak for
Is
all
it
of us.
like Oh, I
Cheese is
can't
very
have
good.
steak anymore.
Even special?
I can have a bite.
Okay.
If you have a
'cause-
whole steak, your foot will just fall off.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
No, he's worked very
I'm-
hard. We don't
I
wanna-
just had to up my dose on the thing to get those levels down. They're like way high right now.
Oh, shit.
So I really have to watch my diet. All right, Barbie
Yeah.
movie.
We're not
Y'all,
gonna make fun.
I want to talk about Barbie movie because
I'm a Barbie movie.
it's so much better than I thought. I might be building it up, but it's and this is why I was asking you for this word because I could not think of it all day. It's satire. It's absolutely satire. They're doing the whole thing. There's like a lot of role reversal stuff. Like, so Ken is experiencing Ken is the female gaze as opposed to the male gaze. Do you know what the male gaze is?
The male gaze
In
as
movies.
Hey, right here.
No, I think
No,
that's close.
different
But
gaze,
You
different
guys
gaze. Okay.
know.
the male
No,
gaze
okay.
is the whole thing. Is like a lot of, if you watch old movies, they're all from the perspective of a male looking at a woman, basically.
Okay.
Right. So the camera will like linger on a woman's like tits and hips, and like women don't look at other women that. Well, I guess lesbians might, but generally women
It's-
don't look at other women that way. That's it. So it's like the idea is you're viewing through the like point of view of a man.
Yeah. And so in this movie, they've switched it. It's like, so Ken is sort of like he only exists for Barbie.
He's
And
like
he
an
lives
accessory.
for her to look at him. Literally, they do it very literally, where they're like, where he's at the beach and he's like, when's Barbie coming? When's Barbie coming? It's like he just stands around at the beach all day waiting for Barbie to show up, and then she just barely glances at him, and then he's just like, oh my god, she looked at me, and then that's it. It's like, it's an interesting thing because the whole thing is it's all about Barbie and it's all about her world, and then of course they get into the real world. And Ken's like, oh my god, men run the world, and is like, are you kidding me? This is amazing.
He's like, I'm gonna bring the patriarchy
Yeah,
back to Barbie Land.
He gets obsessed with the patriarchy, and
Hell
then
yeah.
and then he
Shut
does.
up, Nick.
And it's
hilarious.
it's funny because it's like it's totally making fun of toxic masculinity, like, and
Do they
it's
throw some fun like wage gap jokes in there and stuff?
all kinds of
Just do they go like over the top with the
Well,
toxicity in a funny way?
Here's the funny thing: Ken's don't.
Because that's what I would do.
yeah.
So you're like, I am gonna go right now as soon as we're
Kens
done.
don't have
No,
jobs.
we're gonna go.
Kens don't work.
They don't work.
They don't. They're literally.
They don't even have
They don't have
homes.
Not gonna
homes
lie,
or
that sounds
cars.
like the life.
Just waiting for your girlfriend to like
Just
look
like
at you.
doing push-ups and playing Call of Duty. That's fucking awesome.
Dude, so that's what happens. Like that's like literally
Fuck
what
yeah.
happens. The Kens take over Barbie Land.
Dude, I
and
could
they
do
just
a
get-
lot of laundry
And they're like
cooking.
they're driving like
stay
Hummers
at home.
and just
Hell
like
yeah.
and they're like beer me and like and the Barbies are like bringing them beers, and it's just like it's this total reversal of it. I don't know. It's an interesting. The thing is, the whole time I'm thinking Mattel is part of this, and the whole time it is shitting all over Mattel. Like, it seems like the kind of movie that would get somebody sued when you're watching it. You're like, they signed off on this whole thing.
But I think they signed off on because it ended up that there was that part, but the ending was. I mean, I still think about it, and it's like there's so many levels to it that it actually. Between the two, so we see Oppenheimer and we see Barbie. You think the first one would be the one I'd get emotional and cry at? Nope, nothing. I was mostly confused.
You
Yeah,
felt
I know.
nothing
I was
with
confused.
Oppenheimer?
I was
Like-
mostly confused. Like, what the hell's going on?
I kept
here?
wanting to pull my phone out and watch one of those YouTube videos, like ending explained before the ending.
Yeah,
And
totally.
It's a long movie, right?
I was like,
Long.
how much time do we have before Barbie starts? Because I got to figure out what the fuck happened to that movie.
Isn't Oppenheimer the ending is a nuke gets dropped, right?
No.
Oh.
No,
No.
It's not even the.
It's the moral dilemma of creating it.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
necessarily
because the
even
whole
about
thing
the
is like
nuke.
he developed a revolutionary technology that also had some kind of horrible side effects.
Yeah,
like
you
it's amazing,
kind
but it's
of.
shitty,
the
right? And then
It
he
changed
was like
the world.
conflicted.
It changed the world.
Well, it's amazing
It's
in its
so-
power generation possibilities and
Yes.
stuff, but it's also horrible in like what it can do with weapons. And it changed the world in that it created the whole mutually assured destruction thing and the nuclear fear and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kind of regretted it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was like celebrated and not. And he just, it's a conflicted state of
Yeah.
being.
And how politics got involved and how
Basically, they invented it, and then they were like, "All right, thanks." And then he's like, "Wait, what? Like, no, we need to like talk about like why we created this." And they're like, "Nope, we're using it.
We
got
gotta
it
get to
like,
Japan
what?
now.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, but we created this for Germany, not Japan." And like Japan had pretty much already, what is it?
they were
conceded?
on their way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just like, it's not that sad per se. Like it's not, the movie's not emotional. And
It's
it
not
is
about
so
the sad.
confusing.
It's confusing.
There's like a court thing going. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
so confused.
Well, I haven't seen either of the movies yet.
They're-
We're gonna see them.
It's good, but it's like it's confusing and deep and 3 hours long.
It's one of those movies I'm gonna watch once, and I probably
I
don't
probably
need to
won't watch
watch
it
it
again.
again. But Barbie,
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna watch that.
I want
Every
to
day.
see some of the things in the background. Like
Yeah.
there was, it was a lot. It was a lot of fun, and I was really surprised. Like there's like some ridiculous song and dance, and like and Will Ferrell is just doing Will Ferrell to like a T. It's like fun Will Ferrell, you know.
Yeah.
Like the characters you like. I feel like Will Ferrell kind of can't carry an entire movie. He works best as like some wackadoodle side character that just pops in for a couple jokes and then you forget about him and then he pops back in.
Like in Eastbound and Down.
Yeah,
Like
or
that car dealer?
Zoolander, like where you're just like he's like this weird. Is he a villain? He's so silly and stupid, and he's and the whole thing is like so in the real world they go to Mattel and it's a giant boardroom of men that run the entire company, and it's supposed to be like, and it's them talking about, okay, like what do little girls like, and that's that male gaze thing again of saying that like this is there hasn't been a female CEO of this brand of the Barbie brand, and it's just like, yeah, just because you wear pink, like, and it shows that disconnect that's happened. And there's a bunch of really cool random Barbies that got discontinued that are characters in the world. So there's like a pregnant Barbie that they show a couple times. There's this. Well, tell them about the earring Ken Barbie. Do you know
Oh my
about
God.
the earring Ken
I
Barbie?
know about Earring Ken.
Yeah. 1993. That was the year.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the idea behind that, and I'll pull
pull
up
up
your,
the picture.
Earring Ken. I think we may have talked about this, but it definitely warrants talking about again. So Earring Ken, I think it was 1993, and they were trying to figure out how to update Ken and make him cool. So they sent a designer to New York. and needless to say, this is
that's
what
where
happened.
you go
Basically-
to find out what's
So-
cool.
He went to Al Stefan's clubs, you know?
So they created this.
On the upper
So
east
here's
side.
a picture of the here's the picture of the character in the movie, and then the actual Earring Ken.
Yeah. But like the
like
the
he
thing
has a
about
cock
Earring,
ring.
I was gonna say Earring Ken's necklace is the real showstopper.
Well, no, it's also he has the gay earring. Like there's
yeah, it's the
like-
gay side.
The
Yeah.
gay side. So if you wear the earring on just that side, it means
On
that
the
you're
left
gay.
side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the cock ring is
His
what
necklace.
the necklace is.
So they made a gay Ken, but they thought it wasn't gay because they just weren't really.
I think the designer must
Or
have known.
somebody knew, and they were like, "Let's see if we can
It
get
got-
this
Maybe
approved."
that
Yeah,
was
but it
being
was
a
like
little
a
devious.
huge
That's
seller immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And
because
it's
the
worth money.
gay men were like, I need that. That's so funny.
And it got pulled, but it did get pulled from the shelves ultimately.
And it's pretty ironic that there's a cock ring on a figure that doesn't have a cock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a funny thing too.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about this movie too is it's like it is kind of a kids movie, but there's a lot of adult humor in there. You know,
Okay.
like
It-
like
to
they're
me,
like,
like-
I'm gonna beat you off so hard. There's this whole like fight where they talk about beaching each other off and on the beach, and it's funny to adults. You know, kids don't maybe get what it is, or maybe they do, or some might.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't
all-
know. When I
it's
saw the preview, it
silly.
definitely struck me as being more aimed at adults. Like
Yeah.
kids may watch it,
It's
or like teenagers and adults.
it's got a lot of like weirdness to it too, like wackiness, where it's almost like that Tim and Eric style thing that has been happening. Like think of are you familiar
No,
with Tim
what's
and Eric
Tim and
stuff?
Eric?
Oh, it was like this TV. Really? You know, it's
No,
fine.
I didn't watch TV.
It was
What is it?
It's this early 90s. I mean, it was clips. It was like I'm sure you've seen clips from it. It's this really wacky TV show
It was
that
on Cartoon Network.
yeah,
Adult
it was
Swim.
on Adult Swim. It was like on late at night in like 2010s or something. And like there's all these weird sketches that are just it's sort of what I Think You Should Leave is sort of similar. It's these two
those guys.
but now they've gone on to they were making fun of, it was a lot of like making fun of commercials. Their movie is just super bizarre. Like everything is just weird. Like it's what is that called? Disgust? No, not disgust. What's it? It's like a art term.
Discourse?
No. It's
Abstract?
like no.
Disc golf.
No. It's I can't remember the word.
But what's the concept?
It's what the Eric Andre show is like this too. It's the concept is like it's
It's like cringy and chaotic.
yeah, it's chaotic
And like
it's,
trying to throw people off a little bit.
yeah, it's very weird. And then but now they do the commercial, like they're in and writing like commercials for, they did all of the Old Spice commercials. So like they went from making fun of TV and they do like weird infomercials and stuff like that, and then now they actually make the commercials,
But
which
like
is
similar tones.
Yeah, because before that they were making fun of like
corporate
things and expensive
But you have to
things,
know-
and now they
yeah.
have a lot of bills for the expensive things that they bought, and
Well-
so now they got to advertise Old Spice.
And if you're gonna parody something like that, you have to be really familiar with like how the beats work, and
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean.
then now they are. I made a joke the other day because Paul's like, God, TV commercials are so fucking weird now. Because we watch Hulu sometimes and you get a few ads.
So many commercials.
And then I was like, yeah, my favorite sketch show is Geico. Right now, I really like what Liberty Mutual is doing. Like, it's crazy that now those are, because some of them are so wacky and they are funny. Some of, or what was it was like Hertz Rent a Car or some, I don't know, some rental car thing. And it was like a parody of TV show, is a parody of a parody to sell a thing. And that is just like, it's so meta that our ads are meta. It's freaking weird.
Did you guys ever watch? It was on Adult Swim. Too Many Cooks. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it. I never watched
It's
it.
really. I mean, we couldn't do it right now. It's like 10 minutes long, but it's kind of like, I don't want to like spoil it, but it's like the credits of like a 90s sitcom. Like that's the conceit there. You guys should watch it. It's really good.
Okay.
Okay, too many.
We're talking about like old school Adult Swim.
But yeah, did we have anything else we wanted to say about the Barbie movie? I don't know. It was awesome. I really was surprised, and it's just wacky, and you're just like, what is happening right now?
It's so good. It's so good.
Where they're just weird cameos and just like it's very odd, and I love that set design is really fun and visually cool because it's like actually built a lot of it.
And I read that
It's not CGI.
they took like actual Barbies and Barbie like accessories, and they realized like Barbie is like 23% too big for like the dream house or whatever.
Yeah.
So all of Barbie Land, the humans are like 23% bigger than.
That's cool.
So that it still has that same.
Yeah,
kind
so
of
like her
visual effect.
toothbrush is like massive. It's like this huge
comb.
thing, or like her brush that she uses is like.
yeah, because it's all just toys for the kid to
Yeah.
use
Right,
on the
exactly.
But
Yeah.
that those little details, it almost feels like this is the kind of movie I want.
Her massage wand was a little big too.
Yeah.
Those are just
what
big.
was that? Royal Tenenbaums. What's that director?
Wes
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
It's what I want Wes Anderson movies to be. Where
Interesting.
I
It's
want
got
it to
all
be,
the nice visual effects, but then it also makes sense.
It makes sense, and it's like it has a lot of over the top characters, and not the like subdued. I don't like the very subdued. I just get bored personally. It's too like, I don't know. Everyone's just so boring to
Yeah.
me. I'm just like, no, snooze.
No, I think we're gonna try to watch it this weekend.
Okay.
We were debating two options of where to see it. One, just the neighborhood Cinema 21, or
Oh, I like that place.
there is a drive-in theater in Newburgh.
Ooh.
Should we see it at that? Or
Go to the other theater. Go to the theater.
regular theater?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what we were kind of leaning toward. One, also because it's going to be like fucking 90 degrees. So I was like, we're
Yeah.
just sweating our nuts off in the fucking truck.
Yeah.
But like,
I can
Yeah.
see it would take away from the experience to be like in separate cars versus
Yeah.
everyone like in the room together.
drive-in theater seems like it'd be fun for like some dumb
Like
action
Oppenheimer.
movie.
Yeah. Oppenheimer-
sweating
nap.
for 4
Just
hours
don't-
watching a movie about
Take a
nuclear
nap.
Don't get
physics
too comfortable. You need to be in a place that's not comfortable.
for Oppenheimer.
Yeah, dark and uncomfortable.
Think about your complicitness.
Yeah.
With the country you live in. Yeah.
All right, so who's doing the hate? I'm excited to hear who's got a hate.
Yeah.
We've got-
It's me, right?
Eliza with the hate.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
I hate the TSA. Right, that's what we decided on. I hate
okay.
it so much. And I have a whole joke about this that I think is posted on my TikTok. If not, I should post it. But like, I always get like the extra pat down every time. I was last weekend. I went to the Poconos for my Dirty Dancing like adventure. No, I was for a family wedding. But like when I went through Newark, they're just like patting me down. She's like patting down my thigh. Why? Like I can't. Like every time, and I also get so mad because
did you bring your pink gun?
no, I left it at home. It's like I bring my pink starter pistol.
How's that get in there?
You have to be extra careful with my luggage. My pink luggage. It actually matches. Anyway,
Your gun matches your luggage.
Wait, this could be a Barbie story, like a
just like,
B
"Oh,
story.
No,
Yeah,
Barbie
you're like,
story.
I'm going to the Barbie movie and I want to stay safe.
She just rolls in with her
Yeah.
rolling
I'm going to the
luggage.
drive-in theater. We
I
don't know
want
what's
to
going to
stay
happen.
safe, but I want to stay in character.
Exactly. So I have my like kitten heels on. No, I have my pink Crocs probably. And then I hate also how every airport it's different. So like sometimes you go through Portland and they're like, leave your shoes on. And sometimes they're like, why don't you have your shoes off?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I don't know what to do. Or like, take your laptop out, leave it in, blah, 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 pockets empty. And then, you know, in Newark, that's like basically stripped down. It's like not the same everywhere. And then, yeah, it's really frustrating. And it's all for nothing. They've done tests. They hardly catch anything. I know so many people who bring so many drugs through TSA and they're
know.
fine.
Speaking
Friends.
of, how's your mom doing?
She's going to love that. She
Okay.
watches all the
Okay.
episodes. My sister, no, okay, I'm not going to say that. I'll tell you guys off camera about that.
Perfect.
But it's like, and it's just for nothing. Like they don't actually catch anybody. Like 25 years ago, we were all patriotic after 9/11, and like
You
here
know
we fucking are.
the real ID thing? That's
No.
gonna be
Don't get me fucking started
That's gonna be
on
fun.
the real ID thing.
I feel like
I'm
when
not
that
convinced
happens,
that'll ever actually be fun.
Yeah, it does
because every
keeps
time
getting
it comes
pushed off.
closer, they
Yeah.
kick the can down the road.
well,
Yeah.
you know why it's a thing, right? You know where it was implemented?
no.
After 9/11. That's how
Wait,
long.
they've been kicking the can
Yes.
since 9/11?
It's never happening.
Yes.
Wow.
When
Yeah,
was
the
that?
terrorist won.
2001.
I think
Yeah.
the terrorist won.
Yeah. No, the terrorist won, and like that's fine. Let me just keep my goddamn shoes on.
It's silly.
I hate that I have to think about wearing socks, and then you see people going through. They take their shoes off and they just have their feet on the nasty airport floor. Why are you like
Well,
this?
do you remember that guy the last time we went through? He got all mad. He's like, "Oh man, I don't have socks on there." And he was like, "Can I please leave my flip flops on?" And they were like, "Nope, put them in the bin." He was so mad.
No.
He just and
He was
in
like
that
trying,
moment
he's like,
he got
"Isn't this
athlete's
bullshit?"
foot.
Right,
Yeah.
you guys, is this bullshit? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm wearing socks.
He got COVID-23.
Yeah, you're just like, no, it's kind of regular, dude. We've been doing this shit since
It's like,
01.
How are you surprised?
Yeah.
He's like, it's Florida though.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine? So I thought, because we've been traveling a lot too lately,
Mhm.
and I was just like, could you imagine having that job of explaining to people like what they can and cannot put through the machines?
No, because we all know by now, except they change the rules every time.
and it's different for every
Wait, yeah,
freaking
sorry, I keep-
airport.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I
Yeah.
think it has to do with my theory. First theory is they switch it up so that everyone, like they purposely make it go slower. Like they want to mess everything up so that
Yeah.
everyone doesn't quite know. So like you can't get a handle. Like there's no
Yet
pattern
somehow
to it.
people still manage to get all kinds of things
right,
through.
right.
Like it's just busy work for the
But
people who work there.
I think it also has something to do with when you go through the metal detector and when you go through the body scanner.
That
the
thing.
porno
yeah.
scanner.
Yeah. The body scanner.
That's what.
I always chub up a little bit.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
just, like, to give 'em a
Hang
little
on.
shot. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm not ready.
I'm ready.
Don't think about my grandmother. Don't think about my grandmother.
I just remember right after the pandemic, I had upped my pant size because I gained a bunch of weight, and then I went and traveled, and I remember they make you take your belt off, and my pants were too big, and when I put my hands up, my pants fell to my ankles. I'm not even joking.
You never told me this story before.
I told it on stage a bunch of times. Like,
I'm sorry I laughed.
and
That's
I
so
was
funny.
I was like. I did like legitimately like I was holding and they were like they were like hands up and I was like all right and I did that and they just fell.
Did anybody laugh? Like the TSA people?
No,
Did they giggle?
No, they got mad because I was wearing a jock strap.
Hey, but that makes it easier to see. Shit.
Yeah,
You
They
warned
should've-
them.
and I was
You
like
warned them.
I was like. And then I was like, can I pick my pants up?
They're like, we're gonna need to go through your
I
luggage,
was like,
sir.
I was like with my pants around my ankles.
That's so horrible.
I was like,
What were the people waiting
well,
doing?
They people.
I
like,
would feel bad.
I was getting some looks, and I was like, I yelled. I was like, they made me take my belt off. What you think was gonna happen? And I crushed. I crushed that line. They were laughing so hard. People were dying.
Ooh.
Honestly, there's probably at least 10 people who are like, let me tell you about my airport story.
Oh my god, you guys!
Would that be like a really fun place to do an open mic for everybody waiting in line?
I mean, everybody was upset, and everybody was just like, well, because it happened, and nobody wanted to laugh. Like everybody was like, and then when I yelled the belt line, it was over. It was over.
Yeah,
I was just
fuck
like,
you guys, TSA.
It's like you're gonna take off. You make me take all the things off that hold my pants up, and then you get mad at me when my pants don't stay up.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Exactly, it's not my fault. I wear jock straps.
I-
Would you like to buy one? I do have a company.
It's good
Yeah, you should have plugged
advertising.
Bearskin right
Yeah,
after
you
that.
gotta-
Well,
You
Bearskin.com.
want
yeah.
something like, hey, you guys like what you see right
like
now?
what you
Fucking
saw.
bearskin.com.
Bearskin.com.
You should have just had a QR code on one of your butt cheeks.
I'm gonna do it every time. I feel
Which
like
airport was this?
What's
Here.
our promo
What is-
code for Bearskin?
Huh?
What's our promo
We
code?
don't
for-
have one yet.
Well, make
We
one.
should.
What's it gonna be?
Good.
I could do
Airport 2023.
Airport 2023
No.
for 10% off
We
your
could do-
first order.
for
If you
100%
like
off
what you see.
100% off of your ass in the
100%.
airport.
Yeah. Oh my God. Show your.
Like,
butt.
I feel
Take
like
them
if
to
it
the
happened in Miami, they would have been like, "You're overdressed, sir."
Yeah. Yeah. Pick your pants up. It's just like, oh
That's
my
terrible.
God. And then you know when something happens and it is kind of embarrassing, you try to do it too fast.
Oh no! Did
And you're
you
just
fall
like,
over?
I didn't fall over, but I just like I struggled. If I
You
had
were,
just
like,
gone
jumping?
slow,
Where you're like
I
jumping
could
on
have
one
gotten
foot.
it. Yeah, like because it was like my foot got caught, and I'm just, I can't. This is so. I just was mortified.
So there was a German exchange student in high school, and his name was Ansgar. And one time he was at the public library and his pants fell down, and I have never forgotten that. So there are people who are like, there's this one time I was at the airport.
There's people with the other side of that story, which is so funny to
Yeah.
think about.
So if any of you guys are watching, or if you've heard this story from someone else, please reach out to
Yeah,
us.
I mean-
We
There
would
is
love
a
to talk
dad
to you.
that tells this story
Oh,
about
yeah.
every
Oh.
2 weeks
Yeah.
at a barbecue.
Remember to wear the right pants when you go to the airport,
Yep.
son.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what can happen.
It became his joke.
His joke. Yeah.
That's how good
They're
a
like,
comedian
oh,
you are.
shit,
Like,
Dad's
Steve.
gonna...
Steve, tell the TSA story
Yeah.
again.
And his kids are just like, ah, God damn it, Dad's gonna tell this story about the guy's
And the
pants."
jock strap. I don't believe he had a jock strap. I think Dad made that up.
Yeah. Why was Dad looking at that dude's ass?
Oh my God. Well, that's the worst part. I had to bend over to pick my pants up.
Oh my God! I almost
Like-
spit all over these expensive microphones.
And also, like, my shirt wasn't the longest shirt either. I hadn't found these,
was a crop
these
top?
shirts. No, it wasn't a crop top, but like, when you gain weight, your shirts
it's
don't.
like a little Winnie the Pooh
they're-
situation.
yeah, you kind of start to. It's like, maybe wear a longer shirt next time, Bjorno.
Oh no!
Uh,
I'm so
And
sorry.
for enough money on Patreon, will you reenact this scene for the
Exactly.
fans?
Absolutely.
For the true fans?
Yeah, exactly.
100%. We gotta
Yeah,
like
$25
we'll build
a
a
month
cardboard
level.
Yeah, we'll build a cardboard little
porno
scanner
scanner.
thing.
scanner. But I also kind of giggle to myself when I go through the TSA now, and like I'm just like my belt didn't even have metal in it. It was like a silly thing. It's like those I
Yeah,
use
see,
those
that's why
elastic
it's so stupid.
ones. It's so dumb.
stupid.
It's dumb. It doesn't hold anything through. But the real ID, I do want to talk about the real
Okay.
ID because first fact is that it came from 9/11 and it has just been pushed back, and it's just like, let's just cancel it. Like, let's cancel the party, you guys. It's done nothing. Like it's
You win some and you
Yeah.
lose some and you lost that.
and
Yeah.
like a couple times I tried to get it and I was unable to get it. I think you might be able to get it now. I have no idea.
I know it was like supposed
There's
to be in 2020,
signs.
but then they're like, ooh.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it
it was
back.
supposed to be 2020.
Go
and
to the
yeah.
DMV.
At this
Something
point, it's
happened to push that
2025.
one back.
Can't quite remember.
In
Yeah.
theory, it's 2025, I think, now.
Yeah,
But-
but
We'll see.
here's where I have problem with it: the name, the real ID. They're just gonna play it's gonna be a game of who's on first with all the people that don't know what the fuck it is every time.
my
What do
passport's a
you mean
real
real
ID?
ID? This is real.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm from the government.
Like, no, you need a real ID, sir. But what do you mean? You can't get any realer than
yeah,
this.
you're
Like,
coming like,
Yeah.
dude, McLovin is my real name. dude.
this is
Also-
my real name.
I don't know if they changed it, but like at some point, at least in the last 10 years, you actually don't have to have an ID to get on a plane. They do extra screening and stuff, but you don't actually have to have one. Maybe like internationally you do. Obviously you need a passport, but like domestically you actually don't need
Really?
it. Just they like do a lot of extra screening and stuff, but yeah. So if you like
What
lose your ID or
do
whatever,
you need?
a ticket, I guess.
Ticket that
Good-
matches your
good
name.
And you just
attitude.
you just prove, you just go through the scanner a couple extra times.
I think they like take you back in the back
Enough
and like
that
question
they.
you. And
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Enough for them to
Oh.
build like a sex
Yeah.
robot of you.
Well,
Once
I mean,
they've got enough data, they're just like, yeah,
yeah,
let
they
'em
probably
fly.
already have that. They can just like deep fake it. No, but like actually, when I was flying, so I was flying to Newark from Portland, and halfway through the flight, I was like, I don't know where my ID is. I know I had it, and I was supposed to get in a car, like rent a car and drive 2 more hours once I
Yeah.
got there, and I was like, I might be fucked.
Yeah.
But then I found it in a weird place. I'm
Well,
like,
'cause
why did I
that-
put it there?
That is tough because like that's how I almost lose my ID all the time is because you pull it out to show and
Right.
then and then immediately get into one of those that frantic situation where they're like shoes on, shoes off, laptops here, laptops in, laptops out. You're just like,
Exactly. Do the
oh,
hokey
I did
pokey.
with my hands though.
Do the hokey pokey. You turn it all about.
Yeah,
Like
you turn it around.
now you're
Hey,
just fucking with me.
you just pokeyed. I want to see more hokey.
That's what Paul does when he chums up.
That is
Like, I'm
so
poking as hard as I can.
It is so. I do think that the different things is the different machines that you're sending it through.
No,
'Cause
but sometimes it's like take the laptop out. Don't. It's still the same X-ray machine.
No, they're different. Look at them. They're like different
guess-
brands, and like some are just
See,
like.
well, why can't
big-
they standardize it?
I don't know. They got old ones. They got it.
I remember
They
a
haven't fully
time-
depreciated yet.
I remember a time when you could just walk up to the gate and wait for someone.
I don't.
Fuck you.
Just kidding.
Yes,
yeah,
you
like when my
do. You
grandparents
might
would
not.
be there when you got off the plane.
Yeah, I think
it was really lovely.
I think I vaguely remember that from when I was a little kid, but
Yeah.
I was like 7 when 9/11 happened. So
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Also,
a
like
lot
the
of that.
also the Montana airports were like so small. It's like you actually would wait longer to go through once they did that because it's like no, all of the restaurants and stuff there are none on the inside.
Right.
It's all on the
Yeah.
outside.
yeah, you could just go to the airport for like
Like,
lunch and watch the planes.
You could. Oh yeah, you could.
That's what. Like in my wait. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever. I guess I don't fly a lot. I haven't flown since 2020, like the very start of it. But like, I don't remember it being that much of a hassle. Like I knew you had to take all the shit out, but they told you what to take out. I put
You
it in the
used to-
bin, and it just went through. Like,
But when you travel a lot, it's like sometimes they're like take your laptop out and take your shoes off.
yeah.
And
it's-
sometimes they're like no laptops,
Shoes off.
shoes off.
And sometimes it's like a different tray for every electronic.
Yeah,
item.
sometimes
Right.
they're like put your everything in a different tray. Like it really is frustrating because it's just like, come on, we could help get through, and it just is. Yeah, it's like
Huh.
they
'Cause,
do
yeah, I've
change it up on you,
And sometimes
it's like
it's shoes. And
Interesting.
sometimes it's shoes off, shoes on too. Like
Yeah,
some
and then
things,
like they
I
get
don't
mad at you
remember
if you don't
ever
do
being
it right.
shoes on.
sometimes you
No,
can
you
hold
wouldn't
the
have.
shoes.
It was you could have shoes before 9/11.
Well, yeah, but
You used
like
to just be able to
since-
get to the airport 3 minutes before your flight left and stroll onto the
But
plane.
we're not talking pre 9/11 here. You're talking
I know.
post 9/11. There's places that leave your shoes on.
I've gone through Portland
Without
many
pre-check?
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
gone through Portland many times, and they're just like, leave your shoes on.
Oh,
But this time they made me take my shoes off.
well, that
and then
sounds
Newark-
like a nice surprise.
It's
To be
just-
honest with you, I'm just trying to be. I'm
Sometimes-
just trying to be.
But
a
here's
douche.
the no. But Nick, here's the problem.
What?
they're like, no, it's shoes on, and because everyone's taking their shoes off, so now people are putting their shoes back on. The problem is that everyone is trying to be proactive, and they're like, no, put your laptop back in there.
I've got a
And they get
follow-up
mad at
question
you.
for all of you guys. Do you get to the airport like 2 hours before your shit takes off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
how is any of this a problem? Because to me, I
Because-
get there so fucking early that I could go through security 7 times and I'd still be early for my flight because I'm a neurotic lunatic. So I'm like, I have to be here way early.
What's the earliest you've ever been to a flight?
Like
No
2
delay.
hours.
No delay. 2 hours?
Like, well, if it's to the airport that I'm starting at. If
Yeah.
it's to where my connecting flight is, I'm a cheap bastard too. So sometimes I just have to hang out there for 9 fucking hours because the connecting flight is overnight.
What about
I've spent the night in airports
Yeah.
No, I
on
won't
purpose
do it. I won't do it.
because I can
Eliza,
save
what's
a
the
buck.
earliest you've ever gotten? I feel like you cut it a little closer.
Of course I do. No, but actually I think the earliest was because my flight got delayed, which I found out at noon, and my flight wasn't supposed to be till 4:30, and my rental car was due back when I was in Pennsylvania. My rental car was due back at 4, but my flight wasn't until 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess 4
So I
hours.
had a
4.5
lot of
hours.
time to kill in
I
So-
was not happy.
Pennsylvania.
I
Yeah, I
got
wouldn't be
I got
happy
y'all
about that
beat. Sorry to just win. So
Sorry
hard.
to just. Oh, you're
Sorry to
winning.
just
I think
win.
we're gonna have to vote
no,
before we
no.
decide
Yeah.
who wins.
I really wanted to win this one. Darn.
12. 14 hours one time. Because
I don't
I
think-
misunderstood AM PM on my ticket.
Why
I
didn't you
thought
go
I was
home?
flying out at 7 AM. Turns out it was 7 PM.
Where were you?
This was in Minneapolis.
Why didn't you just go home for
I
12
did.
hours?
I did.
Oh,
I went home. I
okay.
went all the way through
I thought
security.
we were talking about being trapped.
I
Within.
went through security, and then I looked at my ticket. I had gotten my ticket printed. I went through security. They're like, a little early, and I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to miss my flight.
They're like, we're gonna need you to take off your belt, sir.
They're
They're
like,
like, what are you gonna do? Crab walk through the airport there? Like,
He's
And
like,
then-
I'm gonna try all of the restaurants.
well, and then the guy. That's when I figured it out. Because he's like, I was like, I couldn't figure out my gate. Or like, I asked someone, I was like, I couldn't figure out the gate. And they were like,
I've challenged myself to navigate the airport, only going the wrong way on the escalators and walkways. So I'm gonna have to make a lot of lefts where I should have made a right.
well,
It's like a maze. It's like a puzzle.
I did end up just going home.
I was gonna say.
I took the train home. I was like, oh my God. But I had gotten all the way through security. And then I was like, I couldn't figure out where my gate was. And then so I went to
didn't exist
someone
yet.
and they were like, it was like, oh, honey.
Well, that
Minnesota
story,
nice.
Bjorn, is the definition of winning.
I
You
won.
really won that
I
one.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it all works out for me. And a lot.
Lord.
Paul, did you have anything prepared for us? I forgot to
Oh, wait,
ask.
what is
Do we have any
Paul's
games or
earliest?
anything?
Wait, but what is his earliest to the airport?
Yeah, what's your earliest?
Oh, I'm pretty good with time management, so.
Oh, fuck you. I told you all fuck you. No, I told you fuck you twice. You're on notice.
So you just get
For
there
winning.
like an hour and 15. So
You-
you're not in a hurry, but you don't have to wait
Usually
that
I
long.
try to get there like I want an extra hour. So
Yeah.
an hour and a half to an hour and 15 minutes, and especially in Portland, it's pretty easy. Now,
Yeah.
if I'm traveling at an airport I don't know, that's when I go
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
extra.
I mean, in Portland, I complain a lot because it's like not a lot of nonstops. Where I used to live in Chicago, and it was like nonstop to pretty much anywhere in the world. But it is much easier to navigate.
That's so funny because I actually didn't know nonstops were a thing until I was a full-blown adult.
Well, because you grew up in the
Because in
hinterlands.
Montana, it was
Yeah.
like I thought you always had to go to Seattle or Salt Lake
Seattle,
or
Salt
Minneapolis.
Lake, Minneapolis,
Like,
Denver.
And
And you
Denver.
never go to Denver
no,
because
you
fucking
get
blizzards.
stuck all the time.
And even worse, you never fly into or out of Butte.
Yeah,
You ever
no.
fly into Butte?
Never.
No, you
Butte-
never
well-
do because you get rerouted somewhere else because they have
So
to
often.
literally see the runway with their eyes
Oh.
in order to land
It's-
because it's like in a hole
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
really stupid.
Also, it can sometimes be the coldest in the country quite
Yeah.
often.
All I know about
you remember Butte?
I do. That's
Butte?
all I
You've
know
been to
about
Butte,
Butte,
America.
which is the Butte welcome
The
wagon.
Butte welcome wagon. The
which
meth guy with the car that
Yeah.
looked exactly like the human.
find a size 10 from back in January where Bjorn explains our adventure.
Oh my
One
God.
single exit off the highway, like we all
Yeah,
screamed.
on, and then he was passing us.
Yeah, he like turned his head, and all of us were like, "Wow!" Like a whole car full of adults.
Just an alarming
We-
person.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
and then he just got off on the next exit, and we're like, "I got to get out of here." I loved Montana though. I thought
it's
it was.
fun.
I'd like to go back.
Paul, do you have any? Do you have love hates? For us?
Yeah,
Okay,
we should
sweet.
get
I
the
wanna get to
paddles,
it.
fans, paddles, and paddle each other. No, we're gonna play Love It or Hate It. We're gonna do Doll Edition in honor of
yay!
Barbie. So we're gonna look at some pictures for all of you at home who are joining us for the first time. I'm gonna throw up some pictures and facts, and then we're gonna decide whether we love it or hate it. So, are you guys ready to have some fun?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
baby.
Okay, so the first doll, Cabbage Patch Dolls. So I'll read a little bit about it. You guys can determine what your feelings are. But what is the story of Cabbage Patch Kids? The Cabbage Patch Kids were born, according to the brand's website, in 1976 when a 21-year-old art student from Georgia named Xavier Roberts combined his interest in sculpture with the quilting skills he learned from his mother. So Cabbage Patch
Can I go first?
Dolls. Go for it.
Love it.
Oh, nice.
Love it. Big fan. Had one as a kid. It apparently someone got it because it looked like me, I guess. Gave it to me. So it had very similar, it had like brown hair. Because I kind of looked like a Cabbage Patch doll as a kid with my big blue eyes and just like, I got really chubby cheeks and face.
And clean shaven, you
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of do right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. Just gonna like sign Xavier Roberts on your butt.
Yeah.
But
a
I
dress
had one for a long time. Its name, I do not know where this came from, and I can't believe this is a deep cut pull from my brain. It was named Garvey.
Yeah, I'll tell
Garvey?
you. where
It was my Garvey, and there's all these
Aw.
pictures of like me in like a basket with it, and then like
Aw.
older, and
I think
it
I've
was,
seen
like,
one
my
of these
doll.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
well, its name was
Me and
Garvey
Garvey.
because they all came with birth certificates. They already had names when you got them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I always thought that was weird, and I can't believe I remembered Garvey, but yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
I bet your mom remembers Garvey.
Yeah, I bet
That's
my
like a
mom still
sweet
has
thing.
it.
Yeah, that's a sweet mom thing.
All right.
Eliza.
I do also. I love them.
Ooh,
I was
okay.
a child when it was probably like 84, 85 when they had like they were the huge, like super popular one. I do not remember the name.
I was born in '86, so.
Yeah, so it was like by the time you were born, like the craze had died down a little. You could get them, but also there's like a Cabbage Patch Kids like. I guess hospital where you can go. I saw like a TikTok about it a couple weeks ago. You can go now and they have someone who does a demonstration of the Cabbage Patch being born out of the actual Cabbage Patch. And like, they talk about the name and like, it's a whole experience
Weird.
you can do now. But yeah, I mean, they're a little creepy, but they're sweet and kids loved them. So.
Is Cabbage Patch a euphemism for vagina?
No,
It's cabbage.
no.
The cabbages.
I know you guys don't know much about them, but
Is Cabbage Patch a
No, it's
style that you can get? Like there's like landing
yeah, you get
strip.
you get the Cabbage Patch, which is just like labia lengthening surgery. Like I want it to look like a sandwich, a roast beef sandwich. Go to Dubai and get the
Just
Cabbage
like-
Patch.
Go out of your way to do nothing. Is that
Screw a Brazilian butt lift. I want a Cabbage Patch.
I like the Cabbage
Cabbage
Patch.
Patch puss.
She had that Cabbage Patch.
No, I think it's like a kind of like just story like the stork. Right, like
Oh,
babies
gotcha.
are born from the Cabbage Patch, but you know I could see the visual similarity. I think you just really, I got a lot to think about.
One day I'll be able to compare them to. So
Okay, I don't know
it
who
just
is,
hasn't
but
happened for me yet.
yeah, exactly.
Nick, what are your thoughts?
I hate it.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh.
They're creepy as fuck, and I don't have the frame of reference.
Right. Yeah.
I was born in '94. I think it was a wrap by then, and they were just these creepy ass dolls that
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
had, and I was just like, "That's fucking weird, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know why you got that fat little doll with the little eyes too close together, fucking looking at me, yarn hair or whatever it has. I don't
Yeah,
like
it is yarn hair.
Yeah, fuck that.
And the body is soft. And again, all the butts of them say they have a signature like printed on them.
That's
on the
weird.
butt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
The
kind of
whole
like that
thing is-
doctor who uses sperm and like now there are hundreds of his kids. You know?
Oh.
Wait, what about that?
Have you seen that documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like putting the artist putting his name on all the Cabbage Patch Kids. It's like the
Oh,
doctor.
Yeah.
Creepy.
yeah.
The
No,
father of
they
all of
just
them.
they
ruined
just-
it.
I like it though.
No, they were by the time I would have encountered them, they were like a weird old doll,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just sitting somewhere, and I was like,
Like
that's
you probably
fucking
ran
weird.
into them at like thrift stores and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of the only place I would see them.
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
remember.
Did you have like a Tickle Me Elmo? What was like?
I did have a
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmo. I've got a story about it.
Ooh.
We'll put it on the list for
Yeah,
a
put it
future
on the
episode.
Is it on the list here, or should I just joke about the Tickle Me Elmo
Go
now?
for it. 'Cause
Quick
it's not
story.
on the list. Do it.
Okay. No, I was actually just telling Joanna about this. My mom got really mad at me and my friend one time. After my friend left. But like we had the Tickle Me Elmo, and we found out that like you could hit it and it would start giggling. And so we thought that was the funniest shit ever. We were either throwing it at the wall or fucking punching it in the face. And we'd punch fucking Tickle Me Elmo, and he'd go, ha 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 ha, that tickles. You know, the fucking laugh thing it did. And we thought that was the funniest shit ever. And we did it over and over. And then my mom was like, your aunt fucking waited in the cold for 9 hours to get that thing.
She didn't say fucking.
No, she didn't. But like she
I
was
gonna
freaking.
say,
It
don't.
was like, you have no respect for that toy. Your aunt waited for so long. Those were so hard to get, and
They
she
were.
went out of your way, and she got you that toy.
I'm on Edna's
and you're
side.
going to hit it. That is disrespectful. I can't believe you would do
I am-
something like.
I'm-
I didn't raise you like that to be a spoiled brat and hit your toys. So
You know what? I'm with Edna on this. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Go Edna. Go Edna.
I mean, it does start with toys, and then it just escalates from there. So
yeah,
exactly.
no, it really.
I mean,
went
she's
from there.
nipping that in the bud.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, Dahmer started with it, throwing Tickle Me
Yeah,
Elmos.
with
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmos, I think.
So you really, nip the butt on that one.
Yeah.
All right, we
To
ready?
be fair, it was funny as hell.
I thought it was nip it in the butt for the longest time.
You've learned a lot on this.
I know.
podcast.
The other one is pick. Wait, was that pick my interest? Pique my interest?
Peak.
P-I-U-K
P-I-Q-U-E.
Q-U-E. I put down a book. I was like, it's peak? What? I thought it was like, look at like peekaboo my interest. Like play peekaboo with my interests.
Well, it's really just a mood point at this juncture.
A moot point.
Mood point.
All right, we ready for the next
Yes.
one?
Yes.
All right, so keep the train going. We're going a little
Ooh.
bit closer to our time frame. These are the Bratz dolls. So Bratz dolls are fashion dolls and the main competitors of Barbie. So fuck those bitches. With their specific design and with following a modern fashion, they carved their own niche on the scene of the fashion toys. So yeah, there's the.
Are
Here-
these
here you
were
can
these
find out.
based on?
I should have read that.
Wait, what? I missed it. Missed it completely.
We're out of the loop. It's
It's-
okay.
It says here you can find out more about the history of
copy-
Bratz doll. Just like, oh, that's.
Here
You
you can
copied
find
the
out
whole
more about
thing.
the history
I
of
didn't
Bratz
type that
dolls.
shit. How's it work?
It's
I ain't got
Chat
time
GPT.
A little behind the scenes, if you will. Eliza, let's start with you.
I'm gonna say I love them. I was like too old for like I never had them as a child or anything, but I do like how like from the very start they were meant to be like really diverse and like just had more interesting clothes and stuff. So I think it's really great that they didn't have to be like dragged kicking and screaming to have dolls of
Yeah.
other colors than white.
More inclusive.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say love it.
Nice. Let's do Nick.
What you got?
I'm gonna go hate it.
Ooh, okay.
Not really. I just remember occasionally I would see the merch like at school, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't for me. I was a fucking boy.
You're punching Elmo.
Yeah, I was
You need a
punching
doll.
Elmo. I was a
Too
little
busy punching
psycho.
Elmo.
Yeah, no, I
Busy
was.
beating the shit out of curb stomping my Elmo.
Yeah, I was busy threatening Elmo.
That's your first album title.
Yeah, I was busy playing Biggie albums to Elmo. I was like, can't talk with a gun in your mouth, Elmo. Who shot you, bitch? And he was like,
Then Edna comes in with a rolling pin. Got it. Quit menacing Elmo with Biggie
Yeah.
Smalls.
it's like, yeah, Elmo, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Get money.
Get money.
That was Tupac, but you know.
like
Yeah,
it.
we went with
East Coast,
I
West Coast.
love it.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't really. They weren't for me. I was.
It would actually be weird if you had a positive opinion of them. I'd be like, what
Yeah.
happened there,
Yeah.
Nick? What seems out of
Also, I
character?
felt like they were the ones like the cool, edgy girls had, and I.
Yeah.
And like, by the time I was like interested in girls, I knew I never had a shot with the cool, edgy girls. That was like,
They were
and so they just kind
Oh,
of.
so it just pissed you off.
It pissed me off a little bit because I was like, yeah, no, they're gonna be too cool for me. So fuck that.
Like the Bratz
she
girls.
looks like she had Bratz doll. That she's way out of my
Yeah.
league.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bratz girls grew up to have OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
or-
probably.
And we love that for them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
Empowerment.
more power to-
empowered,
More
exactly.
power. More power.
Would you call that early onset incel?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if there had been a Reddit for 12-year-old Nick, I'd have been on there.
That popped into my head and I couldn't wait. Early onset incel. Okay.
That's so funny.
I never ran anyone over with
I
a
know,
bus.
you're
I just
right.
was sad a lot, dude. It's just what it is.
and took it out on your tickle me Elmo. We
Yeah,
know.
I fucked up, tickled me. I was like, you bitch. I took it out in a healthy way, goddammit. It could have been a lot worse.
It
Yeah,
could have
you
been a
have a
lot
very
worse.
nice girlfriend now.
Yeah.
It's not permanent.
Everything worked out.
Everything's fine. Everything's
Nobody
fine.
got run over. It's fine.
Yes, no one got run over yet.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Well, if anyone ever gets run over, it would be an accident. I would never
Well,
run
we'd have to
someone
look at the
over.
dash cam.
Yeah, exactly. I have a dash
he's
cam.
got a
I
dash
can't
cam.
run
Oh,
anybody
my
over. I'd snitch on myself.
Yeah, be like,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
shit.
a good
the ghost
crime.
of Biggie's like, God damn it, Nick.
All right, Bjorn.
Um,
what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go. I'm like on the fence. I was too old for him at the time, so I'm just gonna go with hate it. Not a fan. I was not a fan. I think my sister was kind of into him. She was a little old for him too. Were they based on the Steve McQueen shoe?
No.
Is it Steve McQueen? No, Steve Madden.
Steve Madden. No.
Steve Madden.
That was
Madden.
just
or
stylish
or
at the time.
lugs. What was the? No, there was like those.
No, it was Steve Madden. Where
Wasn't
was
it with the
leg.
girls with the huge
Yeah, yeah,
eyes
yeah.
and the like?
Oh,
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I know
You
what
know
you're
what I'm
talking
talking
about. I
about?
do know what you're talking
Steve
about.
Madden, right? I
Like
want to
Steve
say
Madden
Steve
90s
Madden
ads.
shoes.
I don't think they were based on that. I think that was just like an aesthetic. It was like cyberpunk
Like
aesthetic.
It was kind of like the Big Eyes artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I always thought that's what it. I thought they were the same brand
Oh, well, I
for
can
the
see.
longest time.
I can see where you would get that.
It is the same design language.
Like I felt like they were based on these ads because these ads were really popular, and then all of a sudden those dolls showed up.
Well, they kind of came out around the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick, do you remember those ads? Or like you weren't? There wasn't.
I
Like,
remember them.
in like
I don't.
magazines. Okay, yeah. So
It
hate
was like late 90s.
All
Hate it.
right.
He was a baby.
So, Bratz, a little divisive there, but let's
Yeah.
move on to the next one. So, you guys ready for this?
I
one?
wanted to have this hair when I made that opinion because I look like from that era.
Yeah. You know, but
I look like that guy
You're
on
gonna
the
have to
end.
make the thumbnail with your head
and,
real
and I
big.
hate to say this, but
You do.
You're giving me full-on Dahmer vibes too with the glasses.
Thank you.
Those aren't even the Dahmer glasses.
I know. I should have wore those.
You should have
Yeah.
worn the Dahmer glasses.
Next
Yeah,
time.
I
like
think
it.
the lines in the hair are a little too straight.
I did my own haircut. I cut my own hair. Can't you tell?
No.
All right. So next we've got
Uh-oh.
G.I. Joe. So although it's an action figure, it's still a doll. So drawing inspiration from wooden artists' mannequins, Hasbro designed G.I. Joe with movable joints, giving the toy 19 points of articulation. This made the nearly 12-inch toy a lot more flexible than Barbie. to distinguish G.I. Joe from dolls, which companies mostly marketed to girls, Hasbro marketed G.I. Joe to boys as action figures. So G.I. Joe, this is from the 60s. This isn't the updated one or the
okay.
ones from the 80s, but figured let's go to the old school one. So let's start with Nick.
I'm going to stay consistent. I hate this too.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah, breaking down all kinds of barriers, being unpredictable. No, I didn't. I never had action figures. I never was interested.
Were you allowed to have them?
No, but That's a militaristic toy. My mom would not allow such a violent toy in our house.
Hey,
the way you said it.
Hey.
No. Imagine what I'd have had him do to Tickle Me Elmo. He'd have fucking shot Tickle Me Elmo right in the head.
Real hostage situation. Going
Oh
on.
man, he would have held him for ransom.
I mean, you know why I even asked that question.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. I did have. I guess I'll walk that back. I did have Bionicles. Those for sure are an action figure. You just put them together.
Yeah.
I had like all of those. Those are fire. But like, I like putting it together. That was fun.
Yeah.
But I never like got into like just buy it and then it's just kind of there toys.
Yeah, same.
I like toys you could put together or toys that did some actual cool shit like remote control
Estes
cars.
rockets.
Estes, I had a bunch of those. Those are dope.
I've never
talked
heard of
about
that.
those.
It's a little rocket that has an actual
Engine.
like gunpowder in a tube engine, and you put it in, you hit the button, it sparks this engine and just goes.
Yeah,
It's like a
shoots in there.
firework that doesn't explode.
Like
And then it has a
Bo-
parachute and it comes back down.
Yeah,
and
when
it
it
gets
gets
lost
up
in
to the
a tree
top.
because I lived in the forest.
Yeah.
When it gets up to the top of the air, it goes pop and it shoots the little nose off the top and it has a little parachute in there and
Uh-huh.
it just goes. Boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
yeah, like we did that
but
as
you
like a
had to
special
like
project. at
you had to
school.
like glue everything together. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't come. Well, later they had some,
Some
that
of them
were
snapped
assembled
together and some of them glued.
Yeah, I had one that like it would instead of it would like pop open and then these things would come out and it was supposed to like helicopter down. And
I think I had that same one. I never launched it because I was sure that I was going to lose those.
Oh, it just exploded. And then I glued it all back together and then I shot it off a second time and it exploded again and I was like,
yeah,
I'm
you see,
over
if
it.
I'd had a G.I. Joe, I'd have been like, let's
He'd have been
send
on there.
him up to
Yeah. To
space
the moon.
on a
Yeah.
moon mission and put him on one of the little things that floats down and see if he makes it back. He wouldn't have made it back.
That's really creative, though.
But
That makes
yeah,
you been
I
proud.
like toys that like did a thing. So for me, like G.I. Joe was never even a thing I was interested in. Because it just is like a guy and you have to like, you'd be like,
Go
oh,
on
here he
adventures.
fucking is. And like the adventures seem cool, but then like you get the toy and they were all, those kind of toys I felt like were always such a bummer. Because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, it's there and it just sits there. This is all it does. And that was a wrap.
it's action.
Yeah, it's so much action. It sits on a,
He's like
it
staring
sits
at
on
it.
a stump.
Action.
Look at
I
look
said
at all
action.
this action. Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah. So, hate it. Dumb.
All right, Bjorn.
Okay. I was also not allowed to have it, so hate it.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
was not allowed to have any kind of violent toys, anything that had a gun, any of that. I could have. I had Ninja Turtles, but my mom would take all the weapons away.
So they were just turtles.
They were just
They
turtles.
just like pizza alive.
But a real ninja doesn't
a real
need
ninja
real
doesn't
weapons.
need weapons. My mom would say that.
She'd be like, they could just choke motherfuckers out.
I am a weapon. These are registered or whatever. Like,
Somehow that's even more toxic
So much
masculinity.
worse.
It's like Chuck Norris, my fists are registered
Yeah,
weapons
that's
type
right,
of
yeah.
bullshit. That's
right.
way worse than just a turtle with a gun.
I know. Well, they didn't really have guns, and so I was absolutely not allowed to have GI Joes. I had. So a lot of my toys were kind of like random. Like we would go to thrift stores, and this was like pre-thrift stores being cool. Like when I was a kid, the only people that went to thrift stores were like poor people or whatever. It was like kind of not cool. But my mom would take us there, and she would literally be like, "Get to buy. You can have one thing, whatever you want," which was like such a cool thing. And so like I had like the Castle Grayskull, but I had none of. I didn't even know
No
what.
He-Man?
I had no He-Man. I didn't even know what it went to. I just would use my Ninja Turtles in the Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull,
It's hard
that's
to
where
say.
it started.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Wait,
you
what
should
is
have,
it?
like, a Castle
What is a
Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull?
Can you pull it up?
I would
So
love
He-Man.
And as a follow-up, what happens if you type Castle Grayskull?
Yeah,
Well,
well, we
so
can't-
He-Man
we're
is
gonna lose our
pretty gay.
monetization.
Like it's pretty
Yeah, it's
gay.
pretty gay. And you know
It is
Skeletor.
called He-Man.
Yes.
But you know Skeletor, right?
And it's like
No.
I have
I've
the
heard-
power.
heard
so
the
that's
word
I had one
Skeletor.
of those.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, that's
I
alarming.
had the one that's like purple and
Holy moly, it's $500.
I had that.
Damn, Bjorn, you
I had
missed-
that like that
no, it
one.
wasn't that back then.
You
The
could
vintage
retire.
He-Man Masters of the Universe. It was like green. I don't know. It was like there was like parts of it that were melted. It was like it was in rough shape. I think my mom got it for like $5 or something. It's crazy. Like some of that stuff, yeah, it is worth a lot now because you can't. You absolutely
because kids
can't
played it and
find
like
it.
Yeah,
played
because
with
the
it,
kids
destroyed
that
it.
did play with it now make $400,000 a year
Yeah.
at Meta
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much.
as a VR engineer, and so they're just like, I want Castle Grayskull, and I don't care what it costs.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I was very similar to you, Nick.
Go
I
pick
didn't
it up in
really
my Tesla.
play with my toys much. It was more like I would put Lego sets
Yeah.
together and Estes rockets and remote control. I mean, like I was kind of like an outdoor kid that was like doing stuff.
Right, like the toy needed to like do a thing and be
Yeah.
like interactive.
Yeah,
That's probably part of ADHD a little bit too, where you're
probably.
just like, this needs to be consistently engaging, not
Yeah.
just like once.
Yeah. Eliza, what about you? What's your thoughts?
I'm
Go for
gonna
it.
say hate it because I didn't have those. Well, the thing is, like dolls and like action figures, like it's like an imagination toy. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter if it does something because it's like you're imagining what it does. But because my sister and I, we had Barbies, and my Barbies did not like short kings apparently because they're like GI Joes. I think are shorter than Barbies, and my Barbies had Kens and each other to fuck. So like we didn't need these like guys coming in for Fleet Week and like doing that. Like they were really busy, you know, scissoring like constantly. Which is if you ask women about their experience with Barbies, I don't know a single woman who didn't have her Barbies fuck. Like that Barbies were whores. And I say that in a very loving way. So it's not that I hate them, I just have no time for them. Like go back on your ship, whatever.
Do you think they're smooth like Ken? Probably.
No, I bet they have like giant balls.
Just
Yeah,
huge
just
balls.
Like
just balls. No, no dick. Just balls. They're like a truck.
They just look like
You probably couldn't even take their pants off, to be honest. That's gay. We
Yeah,
want our boys
yeah,
to be
right.
gay.
but you could
Well,
take
they
their
all-
shirt off
Well,
and
look
they'll
at
have
their
like a
hands.
six-pack.
Look at their hands. Like,
Yeah.
let's talk about like,
Yeah.
Like an interactive six-pack that you can build up and make bigger as the doll does sit-ups.
Yeah, but those hands they're doing something. I don't think it's just holding a gun.
Oh yeah, you're right. That looks a little
A
sus.
different kind of gun.
they can grab a gun.
All kinds of guns, anything you want. Anything could happen.
All right, are we? All right, are we ready for the last one?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, this one's really fun. It's just one of the most well-loved
no.
dolls toys of all time. I think everybody had one as a kid, and I think even like the church said this is like a really important doll for every good Christian to have. So we're gonna talk about Chucky. So Charles Lee Chucky Ray, born May 1st, 1958, is the main antagonist of the Child's Play slasher film franchise. Chucky is portrayed as a vicious serial killer who, as he bleeds out from a gunshot wound, transfers his soul into a good guy doll and continuously tries to transfer it to a human body. How ridiculous is this plot? First,
It really
of all?
is.
Anyway, so Chucky, that's him. I think we're back to
Me?
Bjorn.
Love it. Big
Oh,
fan.
okay.
You know, I remember kids when I don't know when did this movie come out?
80s.
80. So
Late
I was
80s?
I mean, like I was a little older when I first saw it, but like I remember kids talking about how scary it was. I was not afraid of this at all. This didn't give me that weird doll thing where I don't know.
Valley.
I don't know. I was just like, I thought he was funny. I just was like, I don't know. It was
No,
very witty.
We understand the Dahmer haircut now.
Yeah, like, haircut
Chucky was
makes
like
sense.
my role model.
Yeah, big fan. He wore overalls just like me. Like, I don't know. I don't remember it being scary. I just thought they were like really fun and ridiculous. Like, because to me it was so fake looking. I guess I maybe saw it old enough to like have that. Like, not that thing where you see something too young, like a Gremlins or something situation that a lot of people had.
Yeah.
Same with that one though.
Return
Loved
to
it.
Oz.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Return to Oz?
Or like striptease.
Or Labyrinth. I think that one
Ooh,
scared a lot
Labyrinth.
of children.
Yeah.
That one was scary. That one scared me. The hands. The hand room, that seemed like that's like a lot of people touch. I'm weird about being touched sometimes. And I was like, someone's going to tickle me.
Oh, I hate being tickled.
Like, there's
I
going to be a
will
lot of
not.
tickling. Do you guys know the hands part that I'm talking about?
No.
There's this, you don't remember that?
I'm sorry. I have
There's the
ADHD
part-
too. I
There's
don't
the part
remember
with
everything.
hands in the...
I remember
hands.
in Return to
And
Oz.
they like, and it speaks, and it's like a whole bunch of hands that are like,
Oh yeah.
like making the face. It's
Ew.
brilliant, but they're terrifying.
It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
hands coming out of everywhere.
Yeah, like creepy, gross. That
it's
scared
nasty.
the shit out of me. But
They probably didn't use
Do you-
sanitizer.
No.
Gross.
and they like they're like talking, and each one in. Anyways,
Yeah.
All right. So that was a hate it. No, love it.
love it.
Love it.
Big
All right,
fan.
Eliza.
Can I say I'm like neutral on it?
Okay.
I don't care. Like I must have seen it as a kid. I don't watch horror movies. I don't really like horror movies because for various personal reasons, but it's fine. Like it's not scary, but I don't hate it. So I'm neutral. So
Okay, that's fair.
yeah. That's
Nick.
all I have.
And Nick.
I'm gonna go hate it. I'm staying consistent across the board.
Hate it.
Never seen the movie. Maybe I'll have to watch it someday. I don't really watch horror movies. They're not really my thing either. But it's like I every time I've seen one, I've been like, this is fucking dumb. It's either dumb, and then I don't really like the jump scare shit. I don't like the like big spike in anxiety. I'm like, I'm anxious all the time. I don't need
need
to
this.
fucking
You don't need
pay
help.
money and take time out of my day to be like on edge. Get the fuck out of here. So like, yeah, that's not for me. And then it's a weird, creepy little doll. It's like, what? Why? I don't want to see that. I don't have a big problem. I'm not against it. I just don't really. I'm almost like Eliza. I
neutral?
almost just
You
don't
can have
care
two
about
sides.
this one.
Mm.
But you know what? I'm gonna stay firm on hate it. I think it's dumb.
I'm gonna say I also love the pose in this photo.
Yeah. No, it's
kinda
very,
dope.
very
So
like
cash,
lifelike.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Yeah, that is fun. I'm with you on that.
He's trying to seduce Barbie.
He's
Yeah,
also,
he's
got a G.I. Joe hand going on.
He does.
Actually,
a
that's
little
perfectly
concerned.
placed, so that's kind of weird. But,
Did you make that, Paul?
yes, yeah, I posed him.
With AI.
Yeah.
Paul, what's your take on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think I'm right there with you. I kind of like. I know he's a serial killer and blah blah blah, but I just kind of want to have a beer with him.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that you could just have a beer with.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why he gets my vote. I know he's done all this shit, but
He's
whatever.
like older than my mother now that I know his birth date. He
Yeah.
and my mom are almost the same age.
Yeah. But just the most ridiculous. But let's face it, most horror movies have the most ridiculous plots anyway. So
That's true.
I'm dying. What am I going to do? There's a doll. Like,
yeah,
what?
he transfers his soul into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Don't
some
act
weird
like you wouldn't.
Harry
Duh.
Potter shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't that's like a Harry Potter plot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the
that's right.
80s.
That's right.
Mm.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
that's all I've got for
Awesome.
Love It or Hate It
Yay.
Doll Edition. I hope that was fun
That was fun.
for you guys. So
Yeah. Thank you.
good times. Good times.
All right, let's get out of here. Do you have a sponsor or anything?
Yeah, actually, I do. From the makers of Barbenheimer, they're releasing a new series of movies. They're going to call it Barben Nam. So it's going to be Barbie and Vietnam, Chronicles of Vietnam. So you can check out Barbie on her wedding day while watching the grotesque nature of Vietnam and what happened to America. So Barben Nam
my
coming to
God.
theaters next week.
Grotesque. That's the word I couldn't think of about the show.
Oh,
Nice.
well, there we go.
Full
Grotesque.
circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
You
Mama.
nailed
There you
it.
go.
So
Nailed it.
Barben Nam in theaters.
It's not barbed wire. The remake of barbed wire.
Barben Nam.
Pamela Anderson.
Barben Nam.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.